All right, it says I'm live. What is going on, Pisces? I am so excited to bring you your May 2021 monthly prediction. I haven't done these in a minute, so, but I was saying in the Capricorn and a few of the other readings that I feel particularly called to do a monthly prediction for May because I just feel really good about May. I've been saying this every single reading just about that. I feel like May is going to be the month of opportunities and doors opening, especially on a spiritual level, a spiritual aspect. I feel like a lot of people are going to be presented a lot of a lot of opportunities to start things, to end things, but all in the name of bettering their walk, their spiritual journey. So I'm so excited for May and the energy that May is coming with us. Oh my God, I cannot talk. I'm excited for the energy that May is bringing us, is what I'm trying to say. If I could just speak English, it's so hard apparently. But anyway, that's the first disclaimer. And the second disclaimer I wanted to give you guys, Pisces, wow, Three of Pentacles is already showing itself, I recognize and I'm overly aware, okay, that, I'm not a reader that's going to be for everybody. I am a very blunt reader and I don't read like everyone else. So I would implore you that, if you are a particularly sensitive individual, if you are an individual that prefers things to not be so bluntly given, that you definitely sit with Spirit and ask Spirit to show you the reader on this platform that is meant for you, because I may not be that person. And also these are, collective readings, so they're not going to resonate with every single person. So please keep that in mind. And yeah, without further ado, we're going to go ahead and jump into your reading. So I'm going to do what I was doing with the Aquarius and Capricorn reading, which is just pull all the cards out. I think that it just, made for a nicer flowing video. So I'm just going to go ahead and start pulling those out right now. So, okay, Spirit, we're asking about Pisces and what Pisces needs to expect, prepare for, and keep in mind, and just be aware of for the month of May 2021, please. Already coming out. Anything else? Okay. All right, for this deck, what is there in this deck? What is the energy? What's the energy that the Pisces can expect to feel in the month of May 2021, please? Anything else? Okay, let's say I felt like there was one more. We're going to pull from Abraham. I love this deck by far. I have quite a few decks, and this is one of my favorite. I'm not even saying like that because they're all one of my favorites. Some decks I don't use at all, but this is definitely one of my favorite decks. And from this deck, please, it's advice for the Pisces. May 2021. What's the advice? Anything else? Thank you. I think Pisces, we're gonna actually, you're the only one I did this for, but I'm gonna use all of the cards. So This may be a little lengthy, but I feel like it's needed. Anything else from this deck, please? Thank you. And the last one. What is the lasting message that the Pisces needs to hear? What is the question they need to ask? Okay, thank you. All right, so let's start with the tarot. So I'm going to pick these all up. I don't even know how these came out, but it's fine. So we're just going to... All right, and I may be pulling some cards again, so just to let you guys know how this is going to go. So we have the Nine of Wands, we have the Three of Cups, we have the Nine of Swords, we have the Ten of Pentacles, we have the Knight of Swords, we have the King of Cups right here, we have the Lover's card. I'm lying, that's not the Lover's card, that is the Two of Cups. Jeez, and I had one little sip of wine, one little sip. No, I'm just playing. But we had the Two of Cups, we have the Knight of Pentacles, and then we have the Ten of Wands. No, Swords. Again, one little sip. I need to put these cards somewhere like that, just so that I can make sure I can pull from these when I need to. Move these. Okay, so first things first, I want to point out that I see a little bit of everything here, but I also see a little bit of not that big of a deal type of situations. So I really want to kind of point out the first thing that I'm seeing is that Two of Cups there next to that Knight of Pentacles. And so I want to say off the top that emotions are going to be like charged. Okay. I see there being a more connection. There's a deeper connection being established with your loved one, with your person of interest, your lover, your wife, your husband, your boyfriend, whatever the title is. I see you guys deepening that connection. I see you guys getting to a more solid foundation. If you guys have been kind of rocky in the past, I see you guys getting to a more solid foundation. I see that there's been a lot of things that still really need to be resolved. And I think once those things are resolved, once those issues are resolved, things are going to be a lot easier. So there's probably going to be like that 1 or 2 more arguments in May where you're really just going to decide, you know what, we really need to dead this, because I see 9 of Swords and 10 of Swords here. And so 9 and 10 are kind of like the finale numbers. Okay. It's kind of like, all right, we are really over this right now and we're ready for the next phase. We're ready to start another cycle, a new chapter, a new lesson. Okay. So and then on top of that, you have Nine of Swords here with the Nine of Wands. So it's like there's something that even within that relationship has either been bothering you or bothering your partner for a long time. And I feel like there really just needs to come to a head where you guys really sit down and decide, okay, are we gonna, it's kind of like, are you going to continue to hold on to this? Is this going to be something that we have to constantly, like whoever was in the wrong is going to have to constantly relive? It could be something about infidelity because we have 3 of Cups here. And sometimes I look at that, depending on the rest of the cards, of course. Sometimes I look at that and I feel like, that's a card that can represent other parties involved, another person, a love triangle or some sort, other, basically. So I feel like this could possibly be an argument where, there was some infidelity, there was some cheating, some betrayal of trust, what have you. And it's just something that you or the other person's having a really hard time getting over. But I see a resolution coming. I mean, 10 of Pentacles is here. And it's kind of like, to me, it's reading as this like togetherness card. And I feel like there's a resolution coming, but both people have to be Knight of Swords. You have to be dedicated to really coming up with a solution. Okay, I'm going to pull another card here. Yeah, World card. You have to be dedicated to coming up with a solution, but I think there is a solution there. I think this really can be an end of a cycle where you guys move forward, and Knight of Pentacles, you are more honest, you are more dedicated. Knight of Pentacles gives me a dedication. That's a dedication energy because it's slow moving. It's studious. It's a person that is going to take the time out. You know, that is the Knight of Pentacles. It's the only knight that I really like, honestly, out of the tarot, because it's the only knight that's like, I'm gonna pay attention. I'm gonna do the work. I'm gonna do the due diligence. So I would say that if this does resonate with you, what I've said so far, I would definitely invest in either some type of therapy, whether it's an actual therapist or whether you just kind of sit down with your partner, buy a book or something, and you guys sit there and really do the work and have the honest conversations, have the safe spaces, the sacred places where you guys can sit down and really, you know, be dedicated to finding the solution that works for everyone. And the solution that works for everyone is not one that entails someone constantly bringing up something that happened and being upset about it, or still continuing to choose to be hurt about it. Because if one or the other person is not really invested in getting over it and moving past it and trying to forgive and move forward, then this is just not going to work. And this is going to be a cycle that ends up repeating itself, because what the lesson wasn't learned. That would be world upside down, but it's not upside down. So that's why I'm saying I feel like the opportunity, because I feel like May is the month of opportunities for the collective. And I feel like for you guys, some of you Pisces out there, May is presenting an opportunity to really step into a new chapter of your relationship, where you are saying goodbye to the negative energy. You're saying goodbye to the hurt. You're saying goodbye to the unforgiveness, and you're saying hello to rediscovering what a relationship with your partner can really be. I'm going to pull like maybe one, okay, not a lot of cards, but I'm going to pull the first one off the top, which is the Four of Wands. And Four of Wands represents celebration. It also represents the first seemingly, the first real energy of home. I feel like I said, this is a partner, and again, this isn't going to resonate with everyone, but if this is something that, you are having issues within your relationship, I feel like this is going to come to a final, all right, you are my family. I love you. I care about you. And I'm really dedicated to resolving this and moving forward. And I see a cause for a celebration towards the end of the month. I'm just going to put it like that. Okay, let's go ahead and continue going on. We have service. I feel good when I help others. We have pride. I love myself and I see myself in everyone. These are the energies for May 2021. Self-esteem. I possess gifts of the soul that benefit me and others. Pisces, this is really, to me, not only just within your relationship but with other people. It's imperative that you understand going into the month of May how impressionable you are. Okay, so that really means knowing the kind of being aware of how you're coming off to other people, understanding that you may be a person of influence in your friend circles or in your family. Okay, and making sure that you are aware of that, so that you watch what you say and you watch the energy that you bring into the room, because it can really affect people. And Pisces, we all know, I'm a Pisces moon, so I've studied this shit. Pisces are probably one of the most intuitive and naturally psychic of the zodiac signs, right? And so because I'm a Pisces moon, so I'm including myself in this, but Pisces pick up on energy of others really, really well. And so one of the things you have to be careful of is, what you're picking up, what you're filtering through, and what you are projecting from other people. So when you're picking up someone's sadness, don't take that with you, because then you'll begin to project sadness wherever else you go. And you don't want to do that in other spaces, especially your home life, in which your significant other. So I definitely want to say you have that ability, and that ability for some of you is one of your callings. You have a calling to be a service to other people, to be of help to other people, to be a healer of some sort. And it's just about making sure that you make sure your own energy is in check, and you're not taking what other people are kind of depositing almost on you and running with that. You want to definitely leave that where it is and dismiss it from your life. I would say, for some of you guys who are more spiritually inclined, a protection spell would definitely be something that is useful for healers, because like I said, you want to make sure you are protecting yourself from the energies that you're working with. And sometimes people, they deposit stuff on you, and you don't want to be walking around with that energy. It's really kind of, it can really mess up your life. It really can. And healing is not It's not for the weak. It's not for the faint of heart. You have to be prayed up. You have to be protected, all that good stuff. And then probably, like I said, love yourself. Make sure you're not around people that are talking down to you. Don't allow your partner to talk down to you. Because like I said earlier with these cards, there's going to be some sort of blow, because we have 9 of swords and we have 10 of swords. So even in those moments where your partner may be expressing frustration, there's no room, and it's not necessary for anybody to be disrespecting anybody else. So if disrespect happens, you have to, again, that's where the pride comes in, where it's like, I love myself and I see myself in everyone. So when you see your partner disrespecting you, you have to understand, one, it may not be something that you have to take super personally, because they, a lot of people speak out of hurt and pain, but also at the same time, you have to respect yourself to know, I'm not going to sit around and engage in toxic behavior. Maybe this situation is still too fresh, so I'm going to remove myself from the situation instead of adding to it. So that's super important to keep in mind, because like I said, May is going to be a woozy. It's going to be a little bit of a, not a little bit, it's going to be a lot for you. But like I said, I see you walking out of May very victorious. Then we have the Abraham card. It says, I make many decisions and then I make them right. The back of the card says, you're what does it say? Can I see? Your true work in this perfectly balanced universe is to weigh continually your new stimulation of thought against the existing beliefs within you, thereby deciding what you now want. Spiritual awakening is amongst some of you, meaning you're going to be challenged. Everything that you've ever been told about life, about the way the world works, about who you are, who you should be, everything that people have been telling you up to a certain point. Some of you guys in May are going to start questioning that. And some of y'all are going to, like I said, Pisces, May is going to be just kind of that month. Like, you're going to walk out of May, again, victorious, but like, geez, I went through a lot. In a good way. So basically, yeah, this card is saying, some of you are going to start getting to a point where you're questioning stuff. Like, you're going to start questioning, like, what is my belief system about religion? What is my belief system about relationships? What is my belief system about, gender roles, about society, cultural rules and norms? Like, these are the things that happen when you start to have a spiritual awakening. You start questioning things that you would have not normally questioned. And when you start realizing the answers don't add up, you're probably going to get mad. Some people get mad. Some people get really sad and depressed. And some people just kind of feel a little lost and confused, and there's a lot of emotions that you can go through. And I think I really may have a whole class on spiritual awakenings and how that process, like how I feel like is one of the easiest ways to navigate that. But I don't know, I'm thinking about it. But just know, some of you guys may be actually encountering a spiritual awakening and not even really know it. Some people don't realize they're having an awakening until after that first wave is over, and they're like, oh shit, like I really do think differently, and I can't help but not think differently. So something to keep in mind. We have energy work. So these are the advice cards. So energy work, which means, doing your meditation, making sure you are centered. If that's sound healing, if that's Reiki, meditation, making sure you are opening up your chakras, making sure your chakras are not blocked. There are all kinds of ways to tell that. So that's some research that you can do. There is clear your energy field. She has sage, if you can see. She has sage. So one of the things you can do is clean out your space. That's going to be super important, especially when you're having conversations, very difficult conversations with people, is when you establish a safe space, a sacred space. One of the things you want to do is smudge. Grab a Palo Santo, grab, some white sage, or, one of those sage bundles. I know people are selling sage bundles now, but one of the things you can do is sage your space, meaning you go around your room, you speak into that energy field, and you are casting out any energies that do not serve you or your partner or y'all's highest good. You need to cast out energies that do not belong in your space, that are not bringing good energy. There are things even in our homes that maybe we don't see, but sometimes it's like, why do I always feel this way when I come home or when I come to this part of the house? Sage your house, clean your house, okay? You want to physically clean your house and spiritually clean your house, okay? Massage. Okay, these are again our advice cards for the month of May. Make an altar. Again, some of you, I'm hitting that nail again with the spiritual awakening. Some of you are going to encounter spiritual awakening, and it's going to start with you questioning beliefs, things that you may have not even thought about asking a question about, and you're going to realize that just doesn't make sense anymore. That doesn't add up anymore. Or even just simply, I don't want to do that anymore. And you feeling probably guilty or bad because you don't want to do it and everyone else is doing it. Your mom is doing it. Your mom's mom is doing it. Some of you, that's how it's going to start. Know that you can always connect with spirit. Know that, there's always your ancestors that came before you, that even though they're not here, there are some that are still connected to us and watching over us. Some are literally assigned to do that. So, making an altar to commemorate them. And honestly, I don't think a lot of people talk about this, so it's something I want to bring to your attention. You can also make an altar for yourself. You can make a little altar or shrine of yourself, and you can put like little affirmations on that table. It could be your own little space. Okay. So that's also something that, you can do. It's available, and you can look into that, but there's no wrong or right way to do an altar. I mean, you can, look for tips, or if other people are open enough to show you their altar, then you can use that as guidance. But like, please understand, an altar is something that you have to do that just resonates with yourself. Okay, it has to make sense to you. So it's not it's not a one size, you got to do everything like this. No, it's not that. It's how you feel it's supposed to look. And that involves a relationship with spirit, as far as knowing what to put on your altar, whether it's for your ancestors. I mean, there are some basic things that most people put on their altars, but I'm just saying, it's not necessarily like something that you have to do by the book. Okay, spirituality is not like religion. It's not a wrong and right way to do. Like 99% of the stuff in spirituality is really up to you and what feels good to you and what resonates with you. So just want to point that out. And then sing. Some of you have a beautiful voice, and singing is going to be something that you're going to be doing a lot of. Some of you are going to be writing. Some of you are going to be given opportunities to sing for other people, to produce, to record, what have you. So something to keep in mind is, make sure that your throat chakra is not closed. I think I went through this with, I don't know, Leo. I think I was telling them some of them need to be singing more often because that's very healing for them. I'm going to say the same thing for you guys. That could be very healing for you, is to sing more. So that's something to keep in mind. The other two cards, oh no, there's three cards. So the, what is this called? A Minty Oracle deck. We have, I keep my own counsel, meaning stay true to yourself. Know what it is that you want out of this life. If you don't know, then that's something that you want to kind of divest time into doing in the month of May. Spirit is saying get prepared for that, because I guess something must be heading your way. There's something like, I don't know. I think it's like when you have a very, very specific understanding of what it is that you want in your life, it makes it that much easier to manifest intentionally and deliberately. So the sooner you figure that out, the easier your life really can be, is essentially what I'm saying. I'm speaking from experience with that. And then I follow my own inner guidance. I keep my own counsel, and I follow my own inner guidance. Trust yourself. There we go again with the word pride and self-esteem. Nope, where is it? Yeah, self-esteem. Make sure you're trusting yourself. Make sure you are allowing yourself to be intuitively led. Some of you, like I say, you're naturally psychic, but you haven't really played with that. You haven't really opened up that. You haven't really accessed it. And it's like you could be even more powerful if you gave yourself that chance. And some of you are, probably scared, or it's uncharted territory. You don't know. And so you're like, I don't want to do that. But honestly, some of you, if you really were to just take a second to just contemplate the what if this is true though? Like, what if what she's saying is right? What would my life look like? And especially those of you guys who want better, which is most people do. They want better. They want more for their life. They're not content. They're not even happy. But yet they do the same thing every single day. And it's like, when they say the definition of insanity is doing the same thing every day, expecting a different result. Some of us are so stuck in our ways, but we want more and better, but we're not willing to do other or different. And it's like, you're not going, I'm getting so passionate that I can't even talk. But Some of us are so stuck in our ways that we want better, we want more, but we're not willing to do anything outside of what we're used to doing. But we wonder why nothing is happening and nothing is changing for us. And so sometimes, you know, and this is a message for the Pisces out there, sometimes it takes doing something outside of what you're comfortable doing in order to see the results. That's how lifestyles change. That's how realities change. When you decide to not stick to the same thing, but to allow yourself to be led, you know, intuitively. And some of you are being led intuitively to do something that you probably are not sure about doing, so you won't do it. But then at the same time, you're not content with where you are in life. This last card says, I find joy in the little things and take nothing for granted. The question is, how can I be more observant today? What am I expecting to go right today? So gratitude is really what I'm hearing from that card. Taking a moment to be grateful for the things in your life, the things that you have in your life, even if it's just like the smallest thing, like I have a roof over my head. You know, some people don't. So that's something to be grateful for. You know what I mean? I'm grateful for this relationship, even though it's a little difficult right now. I'm still grateful that I have someone that loves me, because some people are all by themselves. And, you know, sometimes, you know, people are by themselves and they don't want to be by themselves. So if you have someone, that's something to be grateful for. And for those who are by themselves, hell, I'm grateful that I have peace and quiet in my house and I don't have to go home and argue with someone. And that's something to be grateful for. So you can find gratitude in everything and anything if you tried it hard enough. So anyway, that message was jam-packed, but kind of a little everywhere, but I still feel like there were some nuggets that needed to be said, and I hope they were received. If they were, ashe, I am grateful for that, because as I said at the beginning of this video, these messages are not going to be for everybody. So if it resonated in any way, I am grateful for that. If you like the content I put out here, or if you just like me as a reader or a person, then feel free to subscribe. If you do, hello. And yeah, I'm going to go ahead and wrap up this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I so appreciate it. And I will see you guys, Pisces, in the next one. Okay, bye.